Feels like longer, but it's been 220 days since the Saints took the field for a game.
But that all changes tomorrow when the Black and Gold begin their preseason campaign right here on Fox 8. Juan Kincaid has a preview from New England.
For now, practice is over. It's time to play.
Kind of knock the dust bugs off a little bit, man, and it's going to be fun to get out there and compete and see what we got.
At the end of the day, the off-season is phases, right? It's, you know, what does this guy look like in the weight room and from a conditioning standpoint, and then what does he look like in OTAs with no pads on, and then what does he look like in training camp when we put pads on, and then what does he look like when the lights come on?
You're anxious. You want to see how the young guys perform. You want to see how these guys are doing, and you also want to see your team and how they respond coming out, and do they have the juice, and do they know what to do?
The first preseason game always brings about nervous energy and a stomach full of butterflies. It just depends on which end of the spectrum you're on. If you let the Saints camp roster be your guide, then the butterflies are plentiful, because Thursday night's game could be the beginning of the end for some.
The sense of urgency has got to be there, not just with the young players. The sense of urgency's got to be there from 1 through 90. That evaluation of the veteran player, can they still do what we hope and what we think they can do? So obviously with the player with less experience, they'll battle some of the same nerves they probably had yesterday, practicing against a different opponent for the first time.
Essentially, it's the cutthroat business of the NFL during the preseason. The opportunity many of these players get Thursday night against the Patriots could either be the first of many or their last. With the Saints in Foxborough, I'm Juan Kincaid, Fox 8 Sports.
Remember, Fox 8 is your home for the Saints preseason games, including tomorrow night's matchup against the Patriots. Our live coverage from Massachusetts starts at 6 with our special pregame show, followed by kickoff at 6:30.
A little rain didn't dampen the effectiveness of Saints training camp today in New England.
Garland Gillen has more on the players maintaining focus in less than desirable conditions.
It might only just be practice, but Drew Brees dominated in 2 days of work against the Patriots. No, it's not the regular season yet, but this sets the table for great things.
Very important, because you get a lot of reps, you get put into a lot of situations. That's the design of these joint practices, is the opportunity for both teams to really get a ton of repetition against a new look. New looks, new scheme, new personnel, and so for a lot of the veteran guys that aren't going to get a lot of time in this game or in the preseason, this is really our biggest preparation for the season.
Tom Brady also looked strong in workouts the last 2 days. Brees and Brady together own 5 Super Bowl titles. Their relationship goes way back to the Big Ten.
We played against each other in college. We actually reminisced on that a little bit, because the weather today was the exact same as it was for that game. So Tom actually threw it out there. He said, "Hey, remember that game? Michigan, Purdue in the big house?" It's just like it. They kind of smoked us that day, though. Certainly have a ton of respect for him and what he's been able to accomplish and how he's gone about doing it. Here's a guy who came in the league as a 6th-round pick, and from his first time having the opportunity to start, that resulted in a Super Bowl year, and he hadn't slowed down since then.
Brees said after practice he expects to play one series. Last year in the opener against the Ravens, he never saw the field. From Foxborough, Garland Gillen, Fox 8 Sports.
Fox 8 is your home for the Saints preseason games, including tomorrow's matchup against the Patriots. Our live coverage from Massachusetts starts at 6 with our special pregame show, followed by kickoff at 6:30.
Fox 8 Sports is brought to you by AutoSmart. Be smart, buy smart.
With 2 joint team practices in the books, the Saints and Patriots are ready to show their progress under the bright lights tomorrow night. Now, each comes into this season dealing with their own bit of adversity, but they share the benefit of getting better together. Sean Fazan explains from New England.
With steady rain coming down, the Saints and Patriots got together again for practice 2 of their joint workouts. Wednesday's work was essentially a walkthrough. Shells on, half speed, with an emphasis on mentally preparing for certain scenarios.
Very important, because you get a lot of reps, you get put into a lot of situations. That's the design of these joint practices, is the opportunity for both teams to really get a ton of repetition against a new look. You know, new looks, new scheme, new personnel.
The flow was much different than Tuesday's practice, but overall, both days were an overwhelming success.
Real good, real beneficial. I think outstanding. You know, we got a lot done. We got a lot of things that we got to correct. And, you know, sometimes it takes an opponent or a different team to give you something maybe that you haven't seen in practice.
Just to be able to come against a great organization, a great team, a well-coached team, and see how we're doing and compete against them, and I think that's very strong and good for our team to be able to go against and see where we're at against a great team like New England.
So now practice is officially over, and it's finally time to transfer what they've done on the practice field into a real-life game here on Thursday night. With the Saints in Foxborough, I'm Sean Fazan for Fox 8 Sports.